Welcome to the Talk to Me podcast with your favorite host, Dumela Marule, where we talk about everything life, relationships, mental health, and business. We'll be talking to many experts in the field, sharing my own experiences, and providing you with actionable tools that you can use in your life. I'm here to help you navigate the ups and downs of young adulthood and provide you with the tools and resources to help you succeed. So whether you're feeling lost, confused, or just need a friend to talk to, I'm here for that. Listen to our podcast on Apple Play, Google Play, and Spotify. And don't forget to hit subscribe, rate our podcast, and review it. I'm here to help you make the best of your young adult years. So let's get started. In today's episode, I wanted to actually take the time to talk about 27 lessons to learn for a 27-year-old. I just turned 27 a couple of weeks ago, and I just want to delve into this particular subject, even though there's quite a number of people who've spoken about it. But I really find that there's always some key elements in terms of basic skills, basic lessons, basic life things that one can take on when it comes to such topics, and moving in this thing called life as a young adult. So some of these might just come off as tedious, some of them might come off as obvious, but they are so profound in their own making and relevant in basically how to live life as a person and how to navigate this world. So the first one is be kind to yourself. I think we definitely do ourselves an injustice by being kind to multiple people and never really to ourselves. We don't give ourselves enough grace for failure, for room of error. We don't give ourselves enough mercy. All of the things that we probably seek and give to other people, but we never actually seek or receive it ourselves. And we are to blame. We are the only people that don't or aren't kind to themselves just because of some of the things that we go through, all of the trials, all of the challenges that life comes. We become so hard on ourselves because we haven't reached X amount of goals set or achieved or accomplished anything that we've set for ourselves. The second is don't be afraid to ask for help. Now, this one is a very difficult one for me because I think it took me a long time to realize that it's okay to feel lost and it's okay to seek help. And it does not necessarily mean that you don't know anything in life. If you do happen to ask for help, it does not take away or strip your humility. It does not strip your dignity or your ego or pride. It definitely does require you to become humble in terms of asking for help, especially if you're someone that has always been independent all your life and you don't really like speaking to anyone about anything. But asking for help is one thing that I think it's okay. And as a female trying to embody her feminine energy, trying to go into relationships of any sort, they do require you not to have a lot of the manpower. So asking for help is actually the dominating factor of the feminine energy. And if you don't really learn to ask for help, you then end up being the alpha male without you knowing that you're actually embodying that specific character. Lesson 3, take risks. I think that's one big obvious. The ability to take a risk, whether it is putting yourself out there, not knowing whether you'll succeed or fail, whether it is just trying to ensure that you are in the best place that you can be, whether you are in a different country, at a different place, not knowing if you make it the best adventure or moment of your life. I'm recording this in Bangkok, and to even say that out loud, it sounds like a dream on its own. But this goes back to lesson 3. Take the risk. Take the risk to still, one, put yourself out there, travel across the world, or travel away from home, to do what you've always wanted to do, to check things off of your bucket list, and to trust in the process. So take that risk. And even if you are going to fail, which you are, trust and believe you me, you never get it right the first time. So you're bound to fail. Pick yourself up and keep it moving. But don't forget to take risks. Not a risk, but multiple risks at it. Lesson 4, learn to say no. There are a couple of things that you don't need and you don't want to do, and all it takes is just to say those 2 letters, N-O. Just say no. Just say no. No, thank you. No, I don't want to do this. No, I'm okay. Just say no. Saying no does not mean that you're pessimistic. Saying no can protect your peace and can actually give you an opportunity to embody your optimistic self. Because sometimes some of the things that we agree to rob us of our peace, rob us of our energies to actually go forward in life. And because we are always people pleasers, that's a factor as to why you can't say no. It destroys you because you know deep down that you really don't want to do what everyone else wants to do or what someone may want to do. So having the ability to say no can assist you in that actual process. So with saying no comes lesson 5. Learn to set boundaries. Setting boundaries is the most hardest thing for someone like myself, but you have to be clear and cutthroat when it comes to saying no so that you can be able to set those boundaries. The nice thing is setting boundaries allows you to have a non-action or a non-verbal action, which is the saying no portion, because you were able to decline without declining because of those boundaries that have already been created. And this could be either across board, whether it's boundaries at work, boundaries with family and friends, your own romantic relation, everywhere in life there has to be a set of boundaries that you have, because we are all different people who live different lives, and we need to be able to know that there are boundaries that act as our non-negotiables, and without these they basically govern us at all times. Lesson 6 is do not compare yourself to others. We live in a world filled with so much entertainment, social media, and everything that we see now in the digital space is a level of comparison. Half the time, we kind of all are the same, look the same. We just speak different languages, have different cultures. That's what I've come to realize. But even in the essence of that, we should not compare ourselves to each other. And comparison is the thief of joy. You find that you're not achieving certain things because you are so fixated on comparing yourself to X person due to the fact that they have achieved this in this lifetime, and we don't realize that is their journey. You have your journey. There are some hurdles, some challenges, some things that rob you of the fact of you achieving it in that particular lifetime. When it comes to all of the things that you get, it's part of your story. It has nothing to do with anyone else. And embracing that helps in the process. Accepting it helps also in the process. And this goes to lesson 7. Learn to live in the present moment. I know we want to be socially active. We want to be people that are able to go into the spaces. We tend to want to be people who are socially active, and this goes to lesson 7, which is live in the present moment. Living in the present moment is so difficult because we want to always film every single thing that we deem is nice, every single experience that we deem we want to share. But sometimes going on a social detox, digital detox, phone detox, just removing yourself, whether it is for an hour, a day, a week, however long you may want it to be, just so that you can embrace the present moment. And usually I like going into the present moment as for things that I've never experienced in my life. I would want to be the first person to experience it, not the secondary person, all because I want to fulfill the other side of the coin. So embrace the present moment and live in it. Be in it, immerse yourself in the experience, And trust me, you will be in lesson 8 of learning to be grateful. You will be filled with so much gratitude in your life if you acknowledge every single thing that happens in your present life, whether it is the sun rising, whether it is the rain, whether it is a good breakfast, a good coffee, you being able to hear someone laugh, the birds chirping, whether you're looking at the clouds, the stars. You will forever be grateful for the life that you have, not just the materialistic things, but the beautiful small nuances that you have in your life. You will be utterly grateful for. And learning to be grateful allows you to live in the present moment. Trust me, everything that you learn about life is all an ecosystem. You start to realize that you can't have A without B. You can't have B without A. Other than that, it would never have been the alphabets. So you need to then just put everything together and embody it as such. And trust me, it will make it fruitful. Then the third last one that we're gonna talk about is learning to forgive yourself. Learn to forgive yourself before you can go to the next lesson of life. Learning to forgive yourself means that you have room for error. Learning to forgive yourself goes back to lesson 1 on being kind on yourself. There is no way that you can claim to be a person that's kind to yourself if you do not learn to forgive yourself's mistake. We are imperfect. As human beings, we are bound to make errors. We are bound to hurt other people. We are bound to just be not kind. And it's okay. Sometimes all we have to do is learn to be kind to ourselves, but in the interim learn to forgive ourselves of the mistakes that we could have done to our own selves and to other people that we probably did not know. That then kicks into lesson 10 of learning to forgive others. The same way that you were able to forgive yourself, you need to make room for forgiving other people, because other people also face the very same things that you could be going through, and you want them to be also able to give you room for that error that you might have done. So forgive people, and trust me, you will live a life of peace. You will live a life of less regret, less resentment, less hatred, less bad energy. All because you know that forgiving others allows you to make room for letting go of the past. Lesson 11. You have to forgive people, because if you aren't, all you're doing is living in the past and not living in the present moment, which is lesson 7. So you must let it go. There is no point. It is not like you can go back and change it. The only thing you can change is the right now. And right now you're ruining it. You are just making it even more worse for yourself, because you keep holding on to this very thing that you should be letting go. So let go of the past, whether it was a mistake you've done, someone had done a mistake to you, let it go. Because there are a few things that we will regret in life. Maybe you didn't take this opportunity. Maybe you didn't make peace with someone. But you can readjust it if you are choosing to live in the present. The past, you can't really change that much. I will be making a part 2 of the 27 lessons to learn for a 27-year-old. But I think just take the time to journal and meditate on the top 11 lessons that we've gone through now, and just talk to yourself about it. Are you someone that's kind to yourself? Are you someone that's not afraid to ask for help? Are you someone that learns to have boundaries, learns to say no, takes risks? Do you forgive easily? And if you say you forgive easily, do you forgive others first before you forgive yourself? Do you live in the present moment, or do you not let go of the things that happened in the past? Sit down and ponder over these things. But trust me, my friends, I hope that you glow up internally and mentally. You bring about your vision board of 2024 into this season. This will be your winning season and not your losing season. And for that, I pray that every single thing that you would like to achieve, you achieve it, and you take it on with both your hands. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this podcast. Be sure to tune in to part 2 of this same segment, and we will then take it from there. Thank you for listening to the Talk to Me podcast. We hope that you find this episode quite helpful and you really enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me on my social media platforms. And don't forget that you can also leave a comment under the comment section below. Should you be listening to Apple, either on Google Play or Spotify, do not forget to hit that subscribe, rate our podcast, and review it. I really love to hear any of the suggestions that you guys may have for any of our future episodes. So I'm always looking for ways to improve our show and make it more relevant to my listeners. Thank you again for listening. Until then, see you soon.